when I die, it ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown.
They check it to 10.
Hey.
I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. I score up in the end zone, do my dance all on a hater. A mover and a shaker, you a novice, I'm a player. I'm from DC, but I'm running through and sacking like a raider. 2 chains on my neck, one for now and one for later. And we don't play fair, baby, we play for keeps. You can pass me up, this is not a bye week. I'm looking for a trophy competition, looking steep. Yeah, I'm training, I've been focused, I've been bombing from the deep. I'm like, move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Move the needle for the city like the championships. All my records go hard, this a champion hit. I've been working for this moment like I've been in the gym. Jumping all over hurdles, I'm evading the pit. Hit to hit with anybody, take them, I can shake them. I invite them to the fire, then I bake them, I'ma break them. I'm a Hall of Fame legend, they should go and hang my jersey. Made to put in work, I don't think they really heard me like, move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Ain't no stopping me, ain't no topping me, I am up. Number 1 seed, ain't nobody popping up. Got a squad of gorillas from the jungle suited up. You kicking off against me, hope you ready, get it up. I be booted up, popping out a sprinter or a truck. Whole team chasing bags while they chasing us. Calling audible, I read the game, I think it's time to switch. You get hit, if I miss, then my teammates got the blitz, yeah. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get this off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your head and when you ever overstay it. Your thoughts are never everything you want till when you want. I'ma take it in the head with the signs of the distort. I'ma leave it on the side. You on the Christ when the breath on this set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak. I'm sick in the head. Come on. Come on. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off.
Coach, as the 2019 regular season starts speeding toward a conclusion, not too many games remain to be played here in Oakland, California. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The folks around the stadium clad in silver and black going to make every last game played in Oakland count. They're ready to go as their Raiders get set to match up with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions.
Come on, baby. Let's go. What now? You ready? Get ready, get ready, get ready. Check 50, check 50.
Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
Set, lady. 50.
Here's Ty Johnson, rookie 6th-rounder from Maryland. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Anderson is the lone man in the backfield here as they get set for a 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. This defense hasn't let them in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2. Throwing to Stafford. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hockenson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point good by Prater. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's Carr. And that'll be incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Carr again here on second and 10. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman, and he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
22, 21.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Throwing deep for Galladay. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Detroit. Matthew Stafford, 2 touchdown passes in this first quarter. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, and I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
You're mine. 51 to Mike, boys. 51.
Carr now on first down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10. Now Carr. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 44-yard line. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March. Came up the coast from L.A., where he caught 41 balls last year with the Chargers. His best year was 2016 when the Chargers were still in San Diego. Over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, and the Raiders really have high hopes for this 27-year-old receiver.
Check number 19. Check number 19.
On first down, Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. This is Jalen Richard, the 4th-year man from Southern Miss. And he's taken down inside the 30. 16 yards, a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
7:34.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And this is caught at the end. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That's good for 28 yards.
What now? You ready? Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Bang, 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 bang.
They'll run it with Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
36. Omaha, ready, middle. Protein spill. He's coming. Omaha, ready, blue.
A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
54.
Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter. They'll need to convert a 3rd and 7, though, to start things out.
Ready. 180. Yeah. You don't want none. 11.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Under 10, under 10, 10. 5 down. Check 52. Check 26, check 26.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Tie him up, tie him up. 3 down, 3 down. Check 3. Later 2. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And Justin Coleman brings him down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Carr got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense.
Running the toss here to Jacobs. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. 24th pick in the spring by Oakland was Josh Jacobs. Only rushed for 640 yards last year at Alabama, but when you consider the offensive depth chart they had, it makes it understandable. So young, won't turn 22 until February, and they're really hoping that the veteran presence of 30-year-old Doug Martin can be a guiding light for Jacobs.
Safe. Easy. Kill. 808.
From the 24, Carr. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this.
What down? You ready? Hey, I'm coming after you.
Now Carr. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They begin the drive with Johnson. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about. At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Hey, 734.
From the gun, it's Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands. guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
93. You got three.
From the gun, Carr. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 more yards there and another first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
White Monday down.
Carr now on first down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside and have to take us through the weekend in the NFL. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. The first down carry here for Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Stafford. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
And he's got this down to the 35. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Stafford. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Middle. 50. Takes 3. 218. Chop it.
Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Watch his flat. 6:37.
On 1st and 10, Carr. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Down. Wide 80.
Better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
Express.
Yeah, check it right.
On first down, Carr. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Carr gives to Shogun. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
It's 2nd and 8.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Once again, it's Jacobs, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 16. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
From just shy of midfield, Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Slam.
22. Zebra. Topper.
Stay 50, stay 50.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. From the red zone now, Stafford. He gets it left side to Johnson. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They go back to the ground with Johnson. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Throwing on 1st down. Carr. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 now. 40. Kill.
Throwing again. Carr. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
On 1st and 10, Carr got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Again, they'll throw with Carr. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. On first down, Stafford here. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there of 22. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
First down, Detroit.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Double right. All day, every day, any day. Tight up. Any weapon. Check. Monday. Check nine. Switch.
On first down, Johnson. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Ty Johnson with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Prater for the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Christian Jones came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Carr now to throw. He'll find his running back. It's Jalen Richard. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down.
Here I come again. 29.
Operating from the gun, Carr. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Watch the safety creep. Later one.
On first down, Carr got his man complete over the middle. It's Williams. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. On the draw, Richard. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 35. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Brought in over the middle by Graham. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 25 yards that time. They'll run on first down. Richard, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Jalen Richard, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. And now the Raiders will face an important 2-point conversion attempt here. Carr toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
Yeah, that's true. You've said that before. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Throwing is Stafford. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Throwing on first down. Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. Carl trying again on second down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Christian Jones, the one who picked it. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hawkinson with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
That's the way. Pilot, 64, weak. Watch the ship, alert!
Well, Stafford. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Carr. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 40. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point good by Prater. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
180.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they...
32. Hurry up, get this.
After the interception, here's Stafford. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Now Prater to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
46, Raiders 15.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
51 the mic, boy. 51. Exit. Hey, exit.
On 2nd and 9. Carr. Over the middle, complete. That's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. On first down, Jacobs. The tackle made there by Jared Davis. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Carr. He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. One final try now for Carr. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Lions, they pick up win number 4 on the campaign as they emerge victorious here. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin.